We are Anka. Stay tuned for updated real news.
Hello Anka Daily News viewers. We continue to bring the shocking face of war to your screens. The ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine is witnessing new and striking developments every day. This war is taking place not only on the front lines but also in the heart of cities, right next to civilian buildings. Especially recently, the sudden and devastating operations carried out by the Ukrainian Air Force have completely changed the nature of the war. Ukraine's airstrikes are not limited to military targets. Strategic structures, logistics centers, and supply lines are now also directly targeted. A recent video has once again demonstrated how brutal and destructive the war has become. In a bombing raid carried out by the Ukrainian Air Force, a two-story building with a red roof was targeted and destroyed. While the footage caused a stir on social media, experts began to analyze the military significance of this attack and its impact on Russian lines. What was the target of the attack? Why was this building destroyed by such a powerful airstrike? What happened in the region after the attack? In this report, we will examine the details of this attack by the Ukrainian Air Force, the resulting footage and its potential impact on the Russian military. The location of the building in the footage, the moment of the attack, and the destruction after the explosion clearly show the current state of the war. We will share all the crucial details with you shortly. Tell us in the comments what content you'd like to see on the Anka Daily News channel. And now let us begin if you're ready. Anka Daily News reports. Another shocking operation by the Ukrainian Air Force. After weeks of operations, Ukrainian warplanes targeted a strategic point deep inside Russia. A two-story building with a red metal roof was leveled with 3 direct hits. The thick smoke rising into the sky after the attack was a harbinger not only of that building, but also of dark clouds hanging over the morale of the Russian army. But this was no ordinary airstrike. It struck not only a target, but also the sense of security that the Russian military had been trying to build for some time. The footage released by Ukraine is reminiscent of a war movie. 3 successive airstrikes on the two-story building destroyed its structural integrity in a matter of seconds. As flames engulfed all floors of the building, the chances of survival for those inside were almost zero. In the footage taken immediately after the attack, only the flaming wreckage of the building remains. In a statement made by the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, it was reported that French-made hammer bombs were used in the attack. These bombs are known for their precision strike capability, especially against urban targets. These munitions, which have a satellite-guided guidance system, not only destroy the target but also minimize environmental destruction. However, in this particular attack, the intensity of the explosion was so great that even the surrounding buildings were damaged by the tremor. Another striking detail in the footage is that the moment of the attack was recorded directly by drone cameras. While such footage is usually used only for domestic intelligence purposes, the Ukrainian army followed a different strategy this time. The footage was shared with the public. According to experts, this is a message to the Russian army. Wherever you are, we will find you. This is the clearest evidence that psychological warfare elements are now directly embedded in military strategies. No official statement has been made about the target of this Ukrainian attack. However, defense sources say that the building is most likely a Russian command headquarters or a special barracks behind the front lines. According to eyewitnesses, military activity was observed in the area before the attack. It was reported that camouflaged vehicles were entering and leaving the area and that signal interrupters were placed in the area. All this information reveals that the target was much more than an ordinary building. In the footage taken after the attack, the fragments of vehicles thrown by the explosion and some ammunition crates left between the destroyed walls drew attention. This detail may indicate that the building was also used as an ammunition depot. If this is true, Russia has not only lost personnel, but also a significant amount of ammunition. At this time of the attack, there were signal disruptions in the region. This shows that Ukraine also activated electronic warfare elements before the attack, as on many fronts it is clear that the modern warfare is fought not only with tanks and soldiers, but also in the digital domain. This operation once again demonstrated how far the Ukrainian Air Force has advanced in the war. Having remained in a defensive posture in the early days of the war, Ukraine is now able to hit targets deep inside Russia with its active offensive capability. This is not only a technological achievement, but also the product of a carefully planned strategy in terms of intelligence and timing. Russia has yet to issue an official statement on the attack. The Kremlin has been struggling to reassure the public in the face of the increasing number of internal attacks, sabotage, and drone strikes in recent months. The media coverage of such attacks raises serious doubts among the Russian public about the course of the war. In particular, the fact that even the structures behind the front lines are no longer safe has created a wave of unrest within the Russian army. Some military analysts say that such pinpoint strikes show how Ukraine has tipped the balance in its favor on the battlefield. Ukraine is no longer just defending, it is strategically attacking and wearing down the enemy. This attack is one of the most striking examples of this. War is becoming more complex every day. Front lines are no longer drawn only on the map, but in the sky, on signal waves and between camouflaged structures. This latest attack by Ukraine shows that the dynamics of war have completely changed and conventional military calculations are becoming obsolete. What will happen next? How will Russia respond to this attack? Does Ukraine intend to increase such pinpoint strikes in order to completely disrupt the Russian logistics lines behind the front lines? Or are these attacks just the beginning of a larger operation? We will see the answers to all these questions in the coming days, but one thing is certain: the rules of war are being rewritten and Ukraine is becoming one of the main actors in this new era. What do you think? What do you think was in this building? What does the Ukrainian army aim with this operation? Let us know in the comments. We read and care about your points of view.